Good morning, welcome back. It is Sunday. Hope your day is going well. So, Friday night I went to the ARCA and Truck Series races at Indianapolis Raceway Park, Lucas Oil Raceway, whatever they're calling it now. They've changed names so many times over the years. Shout out to Brayton Laster and his mom and dad who invited me to come into the pits. So, was able to have access to both the trucks and of course, the ARCA race where Brayton raced and had a pretty solid night. So anyway, with that being said, I brought a lot of cards. Wanted to share those with you. Was able to get quite a few. Almost got everything I took with me autographed, so I was really happy about that. So we're going to start off, and these are just going to be mixed between the ARCA drivers and the truck drivers. Wherever I seen them at, then I try to get them. So the first one we're going to start off with here is Matt Mills. Typically, I don't like getting cards that are inserts or parallels autographed. It's just kind of been something that I've stayed away from, but when drivers don't have a lot of base cards, or if I don't have very many or don't really have any, then I'll go to the inserts. But I do like the Zenith out of this. So it did sign pretty good. Up next, we have Thad Moffitt. And I asked him, I was like, you bringing the locks back? His long hair there, he says, nope. He says he let it grow out, and then he cut it off and donated it. And he says, we're not doing that again. Then I had another one there, really like that STP outfit. Of course, he is the grandson of one Richard Petty. Up next, we have Mason Massey, signed up there in the corner. And almost all these drivers were very, very friendly. So Mason Massey once again. And I think because it's just it's not as an intense weekend for them. We have ARCA driver Zachary Tinkle. Zachary's in the top 5 in ARCA East points right now. So I talked to him for a few minutes. And he's excited about running in the ARCA National race. Of course, that was a ARCA National Series race. But Zachary from Speedway, Indiana, so not far away from home for him. Connor Daly was in the Truck Series race, so I had a couple of the Parkside IndyCar cards for him. And I asked him if anybody had pulled the IndyCar Exchange bounty card yet. And he said to his knowledge that nobody has. So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to buy some more boxes of those then. Timmy Hill was there. Timmy's always a good signer. Treats fans very well. And this driver, Brett Holmes, was probably, I don't know, he just seemed out of focus, maybe he was having a bad day, I don't know. Just, he wasn't friendly. Not saying he's a bad guy, just my experience, he wasn't very friendly. Tanner Gray. So I was able to get a couple of cards of Tanner's. You can somewhat read the signatures there. This was the only card I have of the next driver, and it was in a set that I was building, but be that as it may, Chase Purdy. We have Tyler Ankrum. And I had got him, and then an hour later, so he had walked by again, and I was scurrying through my cards that had not been signed, and I was thinking, where did those go? And then I looked in the sign pile, and he had already got them. Raja Karuth, who had won the pole for the truck race. Very friendly guy. Had to wait for all the media stuff for him to get done, but he was happy to sign. I've always heard, didn't have any problems with this guy, but of course his signature just kind of a wavy line there. Nick Sanchez is what it is. But, he wasn't unfriendly or anything. We have Tanner Gray a few minutes ago. We have Taylor Gray here. And I can never remember which one drives which truck. Spencer Boyd. He was pretty cool, just hanging out, talking to people. And he had a hoodie on, too. I don't know how he was managing that. Grant Enfinger, kind of like Brett Holmes, he wasn't rude. He just maybe felt like he had something on his mind or whatever. Obviously, I know these guys are at work. But he took the time. He could have said no. But he signed, so I'm appreciative. Christian Eckes. Then we have the only one I had of this guy, Jack Wood. and I had to walk. He was walking away from me because he had passed me, and I didn't realize it till he got in full stride, so I had to run pretty quickly to catch him. Then we have a couple older ones. Jeff Hensley, who is I believe he's the crew chief on the 17 truck, one of the Gray brothers. But they were pushing the truck through the pit area or the garage or whatever, and I was just like, "Hey, Jeff," and he looked up, so I was like, "Okay, you want?" And he seemed pretty happy that somebody had something for him to sign. Daniel Dye got him out on pit road prior to the truck race. Then Lawless Allen ran both races. He ran the ARCA race and the truck race. Then Ben Rhodes, got him at his truck prior to the start of the race out on pit road. Very friendly. Asked him if he's going to three-peat this year. He's like, "Well, we hope so, but we're not having a good season." But if you remember last year, they really didn't start off too hot either. Bailey Curry, he was all over the place. Just kind of here and there and making things happen. One of the last ones I think I got of the night was Matt Craftsman up by his truck. I'd met Matt at a Menards many, many years ago, but he was a lot more friendly in this situation right before getting in the truck than he was at the Menards. I didn't take any Ty Dillon cards because I've gotten Ty so many times at the big track, not really even funny. But I did get his crew chief, Shane Wilson. So I got two of those cards. I had to buy these off of eBay a number of years ago, and I've been kind of chasing him down as well. But the crew, little story behind this one, I wasn't sure which guy was Shane because he didn't look anything like his picture, and there was 3 or 4 guys standing there by the truck with Ty, and I just kind of holler out, "Hey, Shane," and he looks up, and I hand him the 2 cards to sign, and the 2 or 3 crew guys standing beside him was like, "No way, Shane's got cards?" And they all kind of huddle around, and he signs it, and he goes, "Yeah, I think this is when I was on the 21 car, and it was when he was in the Busch Series." Roger, like I mentioned last night in the stream on Danny's channel, said I got a met Lane rig, so I got a little story for you. So I have 2 cards here of Lane. The first one I handed to him. I said, "Hey, this was pretty cool, but the second one's even better." And he's like, "Well, I can't wait to see it." So he signs this one. Then the next one, of course, many of you may realize, it's the one where he was a Ute there on his dad's card. So before he even signed it, I think it's his girlfriend was with him. He says, "Check this out," and he pointed at him and zoomed in, and you know, he showed her real close, and she got her phone out and took a picture of it. And then he's like, "Hang on a second," and then he went around and showed all the crew guys that were there at the truck, and they were just kind of like, you know, on and so forth. And then he looks at me, he's like, "Where do you want me to sign it?" And I was just, "Anywhere in the gray's fine." So maybe someday I can get Scott if I ever go in the area down there, or maybe run into him somewhere at some point in time down the road. But he was super stoked about that one. And the last one, this driver I've always heard a lot of people having bad experiences about. I spoke with this person for probably about 3 or 4 minutes uninterrupted, and was very happy with the autograph. Miss Tony B. So there she signed it. Has the number right there, Tony B, number 25. So I think some people, I don't know if, you know, I can't imagine what it's like being a driver and being followed around and whatever. But I just went up to her, asked, "Hey, would you mind signing these for me?" And she's like, "Absolutely not." And like I say, I struck up a little 3 or 4 minute conversation, and, you know, went about my way and didn't bother her the rest of the day. But she ended up getting taken out by Lawless Allen in an accident in turn 1, not her fault. She was running about 5th or 6th most of the day, but still, it was a cool interaction with all the drivers. Like I say, a couple of them weren't the happiest. Maybe they were in a hurry, maybe they were whatever, but I'm still thankful that all the ones signed. The only one that didn't sign for me was Marco Andretti. I was approaching him, and I had the cards out, I had my Sharpie out. I said, "Hi, how are you?" And he just walked right around me. He just said hi and kept going. I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll put those back in the box and not worry about them the rest of the day," which I didn't. So, which I've already got him at an autograph session at SRX last year, so no big deal to me. But anyway, thanks again for watching. Really hope you enjoyed the video. We did go to a couple flea markets yesterday, picked up a few things, so that will probably be tomorrow's video. I didn't go to the big track Saturday or Sunday. Just kind of being out in the sun literally all day on Friday. I just was worn out. I didn't get dehydrated because I drank plenty of fluids and whatnot, but just kind of wore me out a little bit. But anyway, nonetheless, had a great time at the truck race on Friday and the ARCA race. Oh, one last thing before we sign off, which really made me remember going to the ARCA race and the truck race. So on Thursday night down in Greenwood, Indiana, Brayton Laster was having an autograph signing. So I already got this stuff from him at the dirt track when we met him there. But he gave me 2 Pizza Man stickers and 2 more signed hero cards. So at some point in the future, I will be doing a giveaway of a sticker and a hero card, a sticker and a hero card. Don't know when, but we'll do a giveaway sometime in the next few weeks. Like I say, I don't know when and where, but very appreciative of him. Because, like I say, him and his parents invited me down to the pits, which gave me access, obviously, to the ARCA race and the truck race. So, definitely something I might do again next year, because I like the price point. It was very, very inexpensive for me to get it. Had a lot of fun, and look forward to doing it again. So anyway, we'll be having that giveaway up the road sometime really soon. Don't know when, but when I do decide, I will make a video about it, and then we'll go from there. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Really, really do appreciate it. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.